G'day YouTubers and thank you for tuning in to today's toy review, and guess what? Look what I've got so far. Look! Check this out, guys! Look at this! This is something I actually haven't seen before in my life. And guess what? All of these toys are from McDonald's. Look what we've got. Some Despicable Me 4 related toys from McDonald's. How awesome is that? I'm actually filming in Malaysia because, hey, these toys are straightforward different to the surprises that I've got in the UK, which were totally ugly and bad, just as what the movie was like. And two, guess what? It's a fantastic surprise, and actually there are about 9 minions to collect. I might show you all one in each. And it's just a fantastic toy range that I've got so far of late. And guess what? All of them have got QR codes to just scan to play whatever the flippin' hell McDonald's wants me to do. Remembering I've got no commercial connections to McDonald's, who does their elaborate, amazing, wonderful businesses. And that's what I got. They're all straightforward mint in box. And strangely enough, these things were on sale from like July or about August, I can't really tell. Oh, that's interesting. 5th of January 2024 to the 18th of May 2024. I never knew these things. Quite interesting. I don't know which country they're made in. Somehow it's a nice supply. They all come from like a long way ahead. Fantastic. They've actually got a lot of information. It's all in Chinese. And there's the back. Looks very, very nice. And straightforward, recommended for ages 3 and up. It's quite nice. We've got different designs. It is Pit Crew Ralph. That there is Phil. I wonder if they've got different names of the versions of characters here. Mega Mel. Quite weird we've got different minion characters. I'm not sure about every Despicable Me minion. Do they have got like their own names, or are they just the same? What does AVL stand for? Is that Minion Dave? There's actually quite a few minions. That there is Mega Jerry. I never heard of Jerry. He's the rock guy. And then we've also got, I think, also, actually Jerry is my favourite. He's so rocky and that kind of thing. I also like this one here. This is Minion, this is Mega Gus, right. How cool is that? We've actually got other minions. And that is Tim. I don't think Tim was like that. I think Mega Tim was more of I'd say a cowboy. I think I remember watching that film. And then we've also got Mega Dave, because, hey, he's quite super strong. It's like a balloon. And last but not least, it's Ron. Pretty boring, but hey, we've got all of the minions so far from Despicable Me 4. And from what I've heard of, these toys were straightforward mix and matchables, because hey, you can definitely pull apart the little things, and hey, you can just attach whatever body parts from one minion to the other, no matter the difference. Let's get these guys out of their boxes. Okay, what seems to be quite a very interesting mega unboxing, as I like to call it. And amazingly, these toys were straightforward available outside the UK, because hey, these toys are straightforward nice. Oh, look at that. This is very amazing, and guess what? They just pull apart like that. Oh no, the plastic. Oh no! Okay. This thing just kept on running away, because guess who caused that absolute mayhem? It's this little bugger here. Curse you, ceiling fan, I'll have to fire you. But hey, it's so hot. As always in Malaysia, there's always a lot of things that always seems to go out of place. Let's take a look at Mega Jerry. They're all made of plastic. They're actually kind of very kiddie-ish. Sort of babyish looking toys, and they're actually quite very cute. There you go, you can just simply pull apart. They've also got their own little stickers here. There you go, look. They all look quite fancy by the looks of all things. That there is the one with the rocks, isn't it? Here's the rocky guy, isn't it? Whoa, it's probably my favourite, along with the one who flies like a superhero. That's Mega Jerry, that one there. It's quite nice, we're getting all sorts of collectibles. Right, I just need to make sure that ceiling fan does not take up over the whole video. That there is Minion Gus, Mega Gus. I've never heard of that guy. Right, go out in the box. It's interesting. They look very much a little bit more like. They're much different to the Minecraft blind boxes before. They're actually much more nicer, and looks quite good. And what's interesting is that they've also got their own like cards as well. They've also got like little things to scan on the back as well too. They've also got their own codes and stuff. It's interesting, they've got weird codes. I don't know what game is that used for. They're all printed in China, made in China. It's quite weird that they've got their own QR codes for certain things in the game, which I don't think is present now, because I think McDonald's has now moved on to another thing. And guess what it landed to? And guess what? Apart from actually reviewing this toy, look what drink I've actually been drinking. Kikipu Joy Juice. It's one of my favourite drinks. I always like to go on holiday in Malaysia. It's one of my favourites. I should throw away that little bugger before it goes littering everywhere in place. And that little plastic wrapping thing. It's always like that in these types of toy reviews. I should actually throw them straight away in the bin because they're just clattering away. Right, let me just go ahead and move on to something else. Or just move away these minions. And actually, before I should show you, you can actually just pull apart like this. And you can just transition to another minion, although some components don't actually work because of how big or small the components are, but then hey, you know, that looks good. There you go, you can actually mix and match the body parts together, which is actually quite fantastic. Look at that. You can just pull apart and then you can just put them back to another spot. How cool is that? Let's take a look at the other guys. I'm very curious to take a look. Let me do a jump cut. Okay, let me move on to... this is Minion Dave, I think it is. Let me just take a look at him. Straightforward. He's like a secret agent, isn't he? Going by the business suit, as obvious as this sounds. Okay, up you come, Dave. There you go. It's one of these things. They always seem to get like random codes and stuff in things like that. And here it is. There's Dave with the glasses on. Looks more like an airline pilot minion. Would you ever think about that? Oh, you can even flip it on the back side. That's quite weird. Naughty, naughty. There you go. Strange enough, I'm going to throw out all of these tissue boxes because they really keep on cluttering everywhere. Or in this case, that they are just straightforward everywhere because, hey, they're just like protective gear for the minions. That there is Mel. I'm just going to unbox what he looks like. Yeah, straightforward much better. Oh, ain't that the guy who shoots lasers and stuff? That's a bit weird. Why is the arms like bent like that? I've got no idea. It's interesting with these minion toys. They always seem to straightforward become a little bit interesting to see. And that guy was quite a bit troublesome. And guess what? Look who caused this mayhem again. It's the stupid Sini fan, and guess what? What noise is that? I think it's the stupid leaf blower sound. It's actually hindering me to do this amazing toy review. Oh my crikeys, do you think this video is going to go on absolutely crazy or what? Okay, without snapping about and huffing about, this here is of course Minion, is it Mel? I think it's Mel with the laser eye and stuff. Never found my laser Mel! Right, okay, that was a bit weird to fire. Oh, you know, I was going to say, I don't know what I was on about. I was going to be like, I'm firing my laser! I think I should have just said that twice, like, I'm firing my laser! You know what I mean? That's that weird classic meme from a while ago. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to this minion here. This is Pit Crew Phil. It's interesting that every time when Despicable Me seems to come out, it always seems to be quite good, but I think I heard people on the internet, and yeah, I've actually noticed that people, oh, that's interesting. Look at that, they've got like a little hat accessory. That's quite rare. I'll be right back because I'm dealing with a complete fiasco of tissue papers coming out from these minion boxes. Flipping out. I can't be making good videos today. It's just way too stupid. Anyways, I will have a look at what this toy is. And what's interesting is you can actually wear it backwards, but there's actually even more to this. I think some of the minions, they may straightforward wear this, but don't know how good or bad it is. I think it's just one piece and stuff like that. I think that fits there okay, but if I swap it with, is this Jerry? No, it does not fit in. So we've got a little bit of incompatibility with the minions here. So the shape of some of the minions are not actually going to be that highly compatible. Let's try this one here. It's a bit loose, so hearing that these minions are straightforward mix and matchables, that's not very true because we've got these two here which seem to lack the compatibility of what we've seen in other previous models. There you go, I can wear the hat, a little bit like a Ferrari racing team minion, isn't it? Going by the looks of the red coloured hydrochoric design like that. And there's the little Pac-Man logo, which I believe is pretty much the hallmarks of the whole Despicable Me franchise. As you can definitely tell with every minion alike. Not sure if you can hear me from the ceiling fan because it's really hot outside and I'm filming in Malaysia. Let me take a look at Pit Crew Ralph. It's the guy with the one eye. It's interesting that we've never ever got a three-eyed minion. Obviously, let's take a look. It's a bit of a bigger box. Let's take a look. Again, more tissue paper. I always seem to come out in tissue paper. Thank goodness we don't have a blind box, whatever it is. That of course is Ralph. Pretty much the same. But I'm not sure if the hat is actually exactly a little bit wider. It's a bit of an exact sort of similar design. Not sure if they're the same. Quite a bit different, isn't it? I'll have to take a look at whose hat is which. Can't really tell. Maybe the one that Ralph wears is a bit larger inside. I can't really tell. They look exactly the same. And there's a little bit of dust and other things like that that's just been penetrating that because I think it's been like months somehow. Okay, that looks quite good. It's so nice to mix and match them things. It's not that loose. It's quite good and pretty much fantastic. Once again, they've got like molded stickers and other things like that. Blimey hell, how am I going to do such an amazing toy review when we've got minions with tissue paper that's just flying off the shelves? That's just weird, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look at the hat, see how it fits in. No, does not fit in. Oh well, let's finish off with these two little blighters here. That there is Mega Tim. I don't know, as I said before, I don't know how much these cost, but they are quite amazing. You know, what's also interesting is, you know, I never thought Malaysia would would be making toys like this. And it's so much better than those stupid, well, leaf blowers in Malaysia, but those stupid tin surprises that we got in the UK. It's absolutely horrendous. Like, we don't need this sort of stuff anymore, hey? And strange enough, they always come up with these little code things that you can play some sort of weird McDonald's game on it. What's that? That's a very strange one. Tim, wait, hang on. Yeah, I think that's Tim. That's the one with the long arms. The one with the tentacle arms. That's weird, isn't it? I think I remember that guy. And what's that at the back? It looks like a zip line on this cord. I'm just going to throw the tissue straight in the bin but hey, you know, I can reuse them for certain purposes, like blowing my nose. And last but not least, let's take a look at McDave and see how big he is compared to, let's take a look at him versus Jerry. I bet there could be other noises around here. It sort of reminds me of little Funko Pop type surprises here. And look at his design. He's actually straightforward, much bigger than Jerry. If I actually do a size comparison with him, look how much bigger he is. And what's even more strange is that when you look at this design, the hats don't really fit in. So that's what I'd classify it as sort of a miss of being a mix and matchable toy. His design is very unusual and a bit weird, but somehow, you know, I'd say the Mega Minions, they're actually quite fairly good in a sense too. I'd say these two and also the Rocket Dude. I've actually got all 9 Minion toys. So collecting these toys were actually quite good, but in terms of cross compatibility of mixing and matching the minions from these toys here, that's a no-no. I think the only Mega Minions I can actually fit in is probably, I'd say Tim. That's actually quite nice to know. And maybe this one here, Mel. Let's take a look at Mel, see if the hats fit in. I think it's okay, but not really a great sort of stand-up sort of toy, but that's what I've collected so far to this day. It's amazing that we've got the Pit Crew Minions as well. And I think I've just dropped one of the hats. And tell you what, this is almost a little bit like building Lego minifigures, but you can just mix and match whatever components you can do with it. But anyways, there you go. That is the rest of the whole Despicable Me 4 McDonald's Happy Meal toy surprises that I've got in Malaysia. And yes, they're so much better than the ones I reviewed back in Malaysia. No, wait, in the UK. Well, in Malaysia, these toy surprises are absolutely fantastic. And hopefully that gives you a good scope versus of what I've seen in the UK. And I mean, those toy surprises, they were just absolutely horrendous here in the UK. But here in Malaysia, it's an absolute win-win, and I feel absolutely proud about this. And yeah, I do know that these toys are now getting a little bit rare because we're now heading up towards the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. I hate bringing up these types of events like that because, hey, 2024 has been so far one of the biggest, if not the largest years so far on my YouTube channel. And I'm so glad I've made it to Malaysia, even though it was quite an arduous fight, because I always think Malaysia and Minions work really well together. That's all I can really say here. Anyway, so I should probably leave this video here before I drift off way too long for today's stupid YouTube and for my SD card to go bust. Please give this video a like, subscribe for more for videos in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.